Hello, my cherished viewers. You are all welcome back to this channel, Profutorials. My name is Alfred Profi, and I really appreciate for always having a wonderful time with me here. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly hit on the subscription button, like and share to everyone. I want you to give me few moments of your time as we go through the second subtopic under circle theory. Wherever you find yourself, I want you to take your books, your pens, calculators as we go through. And if you have any question, kindly put it in the comment section as we get started. Stay tuned. So today we are going to look at the second aspect of circle theorem, theorem 2. But before that, in my previous video, I gave a trial work for which I want us to go through step by step before we come to theorem 2. So I'll read out the question, then we go through it step by step. Three points X, Y, and Z lie on the circumference of the circle with center O. 3 points X, Y, Z lie on the circumference of the circle with center O. So this is the circle, and the question made mention of center O. All right. The point Z and O are on the same side of the chord XY. So let me put any line here, X and Y, and the question is saying that Z and O, they are on the same side, meaning that Z can be put somewhere here. So Z and O, they are on the same side of the chord XY. The moment we have this, then we can easily join this line, where we still have center O, like this. So we could see that OY is a radius, OX is also a radius. We are moving on. Given that angle OXY is equal to 22 degrees. OXY. So we are talking about the angle here is equal to 22 degrees. Find angle XZY. XZY. Because you are looking for angle XZY, then I need to introduce short dashes. Short dashes here. And another short dashes here. So basically we are looking for the angle here, which is angle XZY. Now, from triangle OXY, it is an isosceles triangle. Why? Because OX is equal to OY, and for every isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. Since OX is equal to OY. And we all know that for every isosceles triangle, the base angles are equal. Base angles are equal. In view of that, If the angle here is 22, which is angle OXY, then angle OXY is equal to angle OYX. OYX. And both of them is going to be equated to 22 degrees. 22 degrees. Now, the moment I get the angle here, then I can easily get the angle up here. So now let me make this angle B. And from triangle OXY, B plus 22 degrees plus 22 degrees. When I put everything together, I'll be getting 180 degrees. So I have B plus 22 degrees is equal to we have B plus 22 degrees plus another 22 degrees, and everything has been equated to 180 degrees, because sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. So we have B plus, from here, 22 degrees plus 22 degrees. What do you think we are going to get? Alright. So we are going to get 44 degrees. Is equal to 180 degrees. So from here we need to make B the subject. So we have B is equal to 180 degrees minus 44 degrees. When we take the difference, what did you get from your end? B is equal to 136 degrees. And I hope you had the same thing here. Alright. Since we have the angle B to be 136, then we can easily get angle XZY. XZY. Angle XZY is going to be this angle here divided by 2. And this is from Theorem 1. So 136 degrees divided by 2. And when we divide 136 by 2, what did you get from your calculator? You are going to get 68 degrees. And this will be the final answer. The reason is being that the angle subtended by chord XY to the center is twice the angle subtended by the same chord XY to the circumference of the circle. So can you do a recap? And the reason was given in the previous video. So this will be the final answer. Now let's look at theorem 2. Theorem 2. I will still make this to be my center. I have a line here for which we call this one the radius. I have another line here which is also a radius, because they are all drawn from the center to the part of the circle. I have another line beneath, and this line is called the chord. We have another line here which is also a chord. Another line here is also a chord, because none of them is passing through the center of the circle. Now let's assume that an angle placed here is 150 degrees. So when I have an angle to be 150 at the center, then the angle from the circumference, the angle at the circumference is going to be the 150 degrees divided by 2. And what do you think we are going to get? So we are going to get 75 degrees. And we know that this is what we learned from Theorem 1. But Theorem 2 has another part. Now, when I draw a line here, this line is a chord because it is not passing through the center. We have another line here, which is still a chord. Now, if I ask of the angle here, what do we think this angle will be? So this angle will also be 75 degrees. 75 degrees. Again, when I have a chord here and another chord here, and I ask of the angle, this angle will also be 75 degrees. The reason is being that these three angles, they are coming from a common chord. So now we have center O, we have A, B, C, D, and E. We could see that the angle here has been subtended by the chord AB to the circumference of the circle. From the same AB to the circumference of the circle, from the same AB to the circumference of the circle. So it will give us a common angles. So this is just like these three angles, they are all siblings coming from the same parents, from the same mother, from the same father, and they have the same bloodline. So that's basically about Theorem 2. Now let's look at the reason, then we look at an example there. The angles. Now the angles that I am referring is these three angles. They are more than one. So if you look at the reason, we have the angles. Now the angles here, I am referring to the three angles we have. They are all subtended by the same chord AB to the circumference of the circle, and they are all equal because they are coming from a common chord. So this is Theorem 2. Let's look at an example. Example. So this is our first example. In the diagram below, A, B, C, and D are points on the circle. If angle ABC is equal to 50 degrees and angle AEB is equal to 93 degrees, then the question is saying that we should find angle ADC. So basically, we are looking for the angle here. Solution. So I am going to redraw the circle again. So we have A, B, C, D. All right. So this is the circle. Then the question is saying that we should find the angle here, which is angle ADC. Now from what we have on the board, we can introduce short dashes here, meaning that we can join these 2 points with short dashes, which is A and C. And AC has subtended an angle of 50 degrees to this circumference. Then this same chord AC can also subtend an angle to the circumference at D. So over here, if the angle here is 50 degrees, then the angle we have here will also be 50 degrees because they have a common chord. So I can boldly say that angle ABC is equal to angle ADC. And they are all equal to 50 degrees. So therefore, angle ADC is equal to 50 degrees. And we can provide the reason. The angles, and here we are dealing with 2 angles. So the angles subtended by the chord AC to the circumference of the circle are equal. So this is basically about theorem 2. Now, before I end today's class, I want to give you a trial work so that in your free time you solve it on your own. In my next video, we are going to go through the assignment before we start with the theorem 3. So let's get the assignment. Trial question. Three points All right, so this will be the trial question. 3 point N and R on a circle forms an equilateral triangle. S is also a point on the circle. Find angle NSR. So my cherished viewers, we are going to end here for today. We are going to look at theorem 3 in the next video as well as the solution to this trial question. Stay tuned, keep in touch, stay blessed. Bye bye.